What's going on, guys? Chase Daniel here. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Today we got SHEDEUR Sanders, and if you've been watching my videos, you've seen how much money we've been making with PrizePicks and how fun it is. It's incredibly easy to make a lineup. All you need to do is pick more or less. As you guys know, SHEDEUR Sanders, he played against the Raiders, thought he played really well, and what a performance it was. Let's keep it rolling with these Browns next week against the 49ers. Myles Garrett, take the over on the sacks. The guy just continues to dominate. It's impressive. And let's throw Jerry Jeudy in there. And if SHEDEUR plays, we obviously got to get him in there as well. Plus, give me Kittle in that matchup to hit on his over on the yards line. Remember, guys, $50 in lineups with code CHASE when you guys play your first $5 lineup. The link is also in the description box below. Let's go. All right, dudes. SHEDEUR Sanders. Man, there's some good, there's some bad. The main thing I noticed was he didn't get a chance to play quarterback, and then I'm going to explain, and we're going to go through this entire video with a fine-tooth comb. But first and second down against this Raiders defense, a lot of run, right? Third down, you get to it and long because their offensive line has not played well. He made them pass, and when you're throwing the football like that, only on third down, it's really hard to get in a rhythm. There's no under center drop back game. There's none of that stuff. Here's another third down play right here. And they're just running between the sticks. I mean, it's pretty simple. You're going to bring this guy in motion. You're going to come up set. He's going to have a deep corner route, which is what you call pylon, and he's going to have an over route. So you just read it right to left, right? So here's number one, the deep play. And, you know, as a rookie quarterback and as a guy in his first career start, you're going to get the ball out quick. So really, that's maybe an alert. That's probably what they're telling you in the coaching staff meeting. Then you're going to read low to high. So you're going to have 1 to 2. This is an 18-yard over route. This should get to 6 yards or so. However, the problem is when we run this play, you know, that is the first down marker. So it's third and long. You're short. And what you want to do as a quarterback, you have a pretty good pocket right here, one of the few good pockets. You want to make sure that you draw these defenders in. Right? So these are the guys you want to get up. But as soon as they go cover 2, I thought he did a really nice job of just getting the ball to him early. And to have him have a chance at least to run after the catch. And it's just a good job by the Raiders team of rallying, tackling. But you're going to go here. I just... give me something past the stick. So people are going to look at this and say, hey, SHEDEUR, all right, you're getting the ball to him. I like the mechanics, though. This is exactly what you want to do. If this guy is open right here and he's just doing what he's coached, 1, 2, 3, hitch ball. Good mechanics, good base right there. And you can't really hold on to the ball because it's cover 2. I thought he did a good job of getting up there, controlling the line of scrimmage, handling all the other stuff outside of actually just like getting completions. But this is exactly what you want to do. On 3rd and 8, you have a 6-yard hitch, 6-yard completion. See how he goes 1, 2, 3, hitch ball, and the ball's there already before he's out of his break. So on tape, you know, whatever, it's not getting the first down. He's doing his job, right? I mean, you could honestly hold it right there, but the way the game had been going, you got Max Crosby stuff. I'm good with that. That's his first progression. You're probably not reading through the alert. All right, next play. Hold on, Grant. Let's go back. 3, 2, 1. All right, next play right here. 2-by-2 formation. I do like these tight splits, right? But here's what the Ravens did to SHEDEUR last week. They ended up putting so many people in the box. There's 7 right here. And this offensive line, I'm telling you, that struggled. This is second down. All right, so 2nd and 9. Stuff's like not even remotely open because you should be able to block this, and we'll break it down. All they're doing is they're running this deep cross route at 18 to 22 yards, and they're running a deep post with flat control and something right there. That's the route concept. So you really want to read post to deep cross to this little chip flat breakdown. However, he doesn't even get a chance to do that because the line is sliding all opposite ways. So this is 2nd and 9. First of all, it's really cover 0. But if you have 2 tight ends in, you should be able to block. So here, let's break it down from this view. Max Crosby, all right, this guy. He's a down lineman. Sorry, he's a down lineman. Let's clear it. Down lineman, down lineman, down lineman, down lineman. All right, so this is linebacker, this is linebacker, this is safety. You have 5 guys, maybe 6 to block 7. Here's what should never happen is these guys should never come through the A gap, right? If you have 44 and you need to make a call to put him on Max Crosby, 78 needs to slide to here. You can't let these 2 guys come scot-free. Like that's just not the way. And lucky this didn't get picked off, but I just didn't like the protection plan. You have this guy free, this guy free. 10 has to have here. How are you letting this guy come through the A gap, right? You need to block out. You need to make a call. You need to have something in the toolbox of SHEDEUR. Now remember, this is second and long. So this is 2nd and 9. So and then here's the next play on 3rd and 9. This is the very next play. What do you see? Hey, empty protection, empty formation. They go up there again and put 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. So what does SHEDEUR do? Let's see it, right? Here we go. Making a play and empty and says, hey, you know what? Instead of just throwing it away, I'm going to throw a bomb down the field. You can't coach this. You can't coach this. So I guarantee you SHEDEUR was like, you know what? My offensive lineman, I can escape to the right. They didn't end up blocking for me. Where is my deep shot down the football field? And for him to be able to do this in scat protection is unbelievable. You really want to in this cover 0, which they did. They saw this from the Ravens and they said, hey, you know what? We're going to challenge SHEDEUR to end up doing this. It's a 3-level vertical read. Out-breaking routes versus cover 0 is great. This is really difficult to do. You have 5-man protection. They're bringing 6. All right. So you got a guy here, guy here, guy here, guy here, someone here. You shouldn't let them come through the A and B gaps. SHEDEUR has the right frame of mind. What they're doing again, right? Look at this. They have double A gap mug. He's down, he's down, he's down, he's down. When I say double A gap mug, he's there. Here's what I would want to do. If you know you're going to be going to your right, call a full slide. Like slide that way, go that, instead of letting guys in the A gap come scot-free. So the center's going there. Center's going here. So if that's the case, you can't let this guy run through. So left guard has to come here. 78, I need you to stay on here. You can't let this defensive tackle go right through the B gap. And I know it's Max Crosby out there, but you got 44 right there who's chipping. Conklin has to come down. There's no way you should let a defensive lineman scot-free, but a nice job by SHEDEUR understanding, hey, you know what? This happened to me on 2nd and 9. Now I'm just going to go out there, instead of throw it to 44's feet, I'm going to just, you know what, I'm going to take a shot. And that's something you can't coach. And that's what I was really impressed with. First of all, for SHEDEUR to be able to get away from this quick throw. I mean, we're going to watch it from this view. He just feels pressure here. Okay, 78 needs to be here. You need to let this guy free. That's just how it is in scat protection. But a really nice job of understanding if you're playing next week, check the protection, check it to max pro, take a shot down the field so you're safe and you're not getting hit in the pocket. But this throw is just out of this world. All right, next play here. Rated on the ground. Can't have that happen. The route concept is very simple. It's a spot route. Go up, spot up at 6 yards, a flat route, and then they call this spacing. So you literally want to sweep the board. He's 1, he's 2, that's 3, that's 4. It's a spot spacing type concept. Here's the thing though. They have 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. I don't know if 11's a nickel or a hybrid defensive lineman. What I do know is they're just playing cover 3. So he's deep third, he's deep third, he's deep third. They have a flat defender, a hook curl, and a hook curl. This play is not great versus cover 3. You want to play this play a little bit differently in cover 3. In cover 2, you're reading 1 to 2. All right, in cover 3, you need to read 1 to 2 off of the squeeze. And when I say off the squeeze, I mean which of these hook curl defenders is taking away this. So if he squeezes, you're going here. If he squeezes, you're going here. So the route concept and read changes based on coverage. I don't think he thought this was cover 2. I thought, based on looking at this 1,000 times, I don't know if he saw this flat defender. It looked like he thought he could beat this guy in there with good timing, and it would have been tight either way. But you always got to have your eyes out in front of you. This flat defender sort of baits him. Look at SHEDEUR's eyes, right? He's just staring right at it, and he's starting to throw it, but this is just a better play by this flat defender. My big thing is go 1 to 2 or 1 to 2. It's pretty simple right there. Look, this is a a rookie mistake. The more he plays and understands it, this is a weird front regardless. Like there's two overhang guys. There's one right here and there's one right here. This flat defender though, look at this. This hook curl defender, because he has this zone right here. Look at how far he's already cheated on this side of the ball. So in my mind, I'm probably thinking, hey, if I can't fit this in here, I'm going to look this guy this way, and I'm going to hit Njoku right over the football. That's what I would do. He just tries to beat it with timing, and it's good timing. Like I do think he beats this dude with it, but he throws it right to the flat defender. So you got to have your eyes out in front. And it's just a mistake that through playing, I mean, who knows if this guy's going to drop? You just have to peek it, and it's got to happen really quickly. All right, next play right here. Looks like it's man-to-man coverage. And if it's man-to-man, you got to be able to throw the football down the field. That's something that, another story. The receivers let him down. A lot of drops. But here's what I like about this play. I mean, it's a pretty simple route concept. You saw this 2x2 tight formation again. He's just going to go up, run a post. He's going to run a dagger, read post to dagger. So they gave him easier reads, and then you're going to have a flat right here for number 3. They gave him easier reads this game, but it just didn't feel like it. And then they're showing man, but then they're going to zone, so he knows he has a little bit more time. As soon as Max Crosby loses contain, I'm good with that. Like, it's one of the best pass rushers in the entire country, in the entire United States. Like, do that. And him buying time, but also, it's just a long developing route, it took forever. Him buying time, but also having the vision while he's buying time. He's never fumbles. It's good because here's the exact same front we saw that last time. Max Crosby should have outside. Nice job by Njoku. He goes inside to beat the chip by 85, and SHEDEUR goes on the outside. And just the extending plays, the awareness, the escapability, the chance to be able to create plays outside of the pocket is huge. And then you're able to throw a dart like that. It's super impressive. And a lot of times they say, hey, don't rush watch, which means you don't want to watch the rush. But when you have a guy like that and you have someone running all the way out there, you got to be able to do it. And then I just like that, right? The ball security, maybe carry it a little bit tighter, but his eyes are down the football field. And I think that's the most important thing through this entire thing is, hey, if your eyes are down the football field, you're doing a pretty good job. Let's watch it from this view. Let's watch his eyes the whole time. It's a deeper developing route. Finally, they get something down the football field, but both of his huge plays were to be able to create down the field. He sees this guy, hey, I just need to buy a little bit more time. He's open. And by scrambling, these hook curl defenders cannot get deep enough to get underneath this dagger route. Okay, so he goes out there. Watch what 45 does. 45 automatically breaks because he's like, hey, I got that gap. I got to contain it. And then SHEDEUR just throws it right over his head with a nice ball. He does throw a pretty spikes play. Under center, tight formation, all these dudes up in front, right? Good time for play action. And they didn't do this enough, right? This is a miss right here. You got to be careful with this. I don't know if he saw this, but I want to see this more on first and second down. Play action, get him on the move. Throwing to your left is hard, and you're just trying to get all these guys sucked up in this play action, and you're trying to run this over route with this go route. And there's really nothing in the flat other than 44. That's what you want to read first, then over here second. This is hard because you have to understand that this is a cloud corner. This is a half field safety and a half field corner. If that's the case, you got to get back and you got to be able to see them. And that was dangerous because a lot of times these corners, see, he goes up there and he sees this corner with his back turned. He's like, oh, it's man, I got all this room to beat this linebacker. So in reality, it's good. But on second thought, you have to peek him again. His eyes are all the way in here. He doesn't see this guy, and this guy's closed. Just a dangerous throw. And at least he's trying these throws. At least he's moving it down the football field. But 19, just going to try to go over there. I like the play fake, though. The play fake's good. 44 goes out, right? So he peeks the corner right there, the cornerback. And then he doesn't get his eyes back out there again. And because of that, he throws this, and it's just a little bit too high. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want this video and many others like this and a more detailed breakdown, head over onto the Patreon page. The link is in the description box below.